morning, Fly Simmers! Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Angel, and yeah, it's exactly what it looks like. It is Taog's, Hangar's, UH-1H, Huey. Oh yeah, baby, it's the Huey. And we're here in Vietnam. We got to! We have no choice in this matter. It was decided for us. And the Huey, of course, if you're not familiar somehow, it's a utility military helicopter produced by Bell Helicopters. First member of the prolific Huey family of helicopters. It's a turbine helicopter, the first one that served in the US military. First flew 1956, introduced 59. Still produced through to 1987 with 16,000 plus built and evolved into the 412, the 212, the 212. Many versions of Venom that still flies today, and so to the Marines. So the Huey family is a monster, a powerhouse. And so much can be said about it. We'll have a quick gander at the specs. The H model of the UH-1, Lycoming T53L13 turbo shaft with 1400 shaft horsepower, max speed of 110 knots, cruise speed of 110. Funny that. Range is going to be 276 nautical miles with max fuel, no reserves at sea level. Service ceiling 12,000 feet, and disc loading of 5.25 pounds per square inch. Armed with whatever they could stick on it, basically. Typically a pair of 60s. Maybe rocket pods. Lots of grunts. Definitely lots of grunts. Well, we're going to take a look around here at the hangar. Liveries, we've got 3 versions. We've got high skid, civilian, and military. We'll take a look at the civilian one after this. We'll do a quick run around the military version. As you can see here, I have some stuff on this. So we're just going to quickly resolve that by pulling up the old tabletorino down here. So we're going to put the doors back on. There we go. And let's take the surfboards off. Weapon mounts. Don't mind if I do. Now what do we got here? Yes. Pod mounts and MG mounts, but they're not on there for some reason. Interesting soldiers here who appear to be wearing what appears to be some sort of Chinese camo. Or it looks like one. Or it's kind of Canadian or not. I'm not sure what it's meant to be. They look mildly Vietnamese, but the helmets have covers on, which looks a bit weird, and they look like basket helmets. Yeah, okay. Actual modelling of the helicopter is pretty nicely done. Everything looks well put together. And very well detailed. She looks good, I'll give it that. Definitely looks good. Now let's get to the thing we want to do, which is to fly this thing. Because I really want to fly this girl. Really do. But you can't put the actual weapons on it. That'd be nice. We'll put the surfboards back on. Charlie doesn't surf. So, second page, turn off damage simulation, which we're going to do because I'm bad at helicopters. We can repair damage. We can even turn on a modern panel. Ew. And have a G3X GPS down there. We can even keep the standard panel and have a GPS up here on top. We'll just do that for the sake of it. Troops in the cabin. We can have crew in the cabin, which does, of course, have them in, unfortunately, your seat too, which gets a little bit weird if you don't like that. Because we get the crew chief in there as well. And multiple other different options here. So, nice things to look at, and let's get rid of this. Let's run through the flow, shall we? So, first flows for us, we're going to be heading up to the top panel. There we go. We'll be through the doodahs, the thingy buttons. I've zoomed right out here. The circuit breakers, I'm having English problems. Pitot heat is down there. Lights are good. Okay, those are good. What is to be done here? Wipers, no. Then we're going down to here. So these should be where they are. Power select AC. Battery on. Okay. Is that on? That's on. Okay, perfect. That's where it needs to be there. And everything should be running through on the panel here. Need to make sure we have down here. Hydraulics on, those are all where they need to be. Okay, fine. So when it comes to our start run through, we start down, I believe, here. Mass needs to be... It's meant to be listed as number 1 item. But I don't think it actually is. It's listed as one of the flows. I don't really think that's a big worry for us right now. I'll go straight to the checklist. You know what? That seems like a far more sensible idea for us to do. Extended checklists. Oh, okay, that's complicated to read. There's a full set of manuals in here which are fantastic to follow. I happen to have worked out how to start it, so I'm just going to do that for your sake, because I'm sick and tired of this whining sound. So, fuel to on. Make sure my flight sim controls fuel are set and things where they should be. Okay, crack that. Make sure this is set to our yellow detent, and let's give her a buzz, shall we? Up we come. Looking for 40 on the N1. Here we go. And at 40 we can release. It ticked through, it did. Excellent. And that should shut up. I haven't found the master caution silence, which is really annoying. Everything's coming up there, nicely done. IFF to normal. And that'll shut up now. Excellent, it has shut up. Alright, let's close this. And we can show or hide those. Of course, we've got our GPS if we want it. We will get rid of this briefly because we don't need it. Our second page there. Excellent. She's quite loud, as you can imagine. Let's do this thing, shall we? We're up. And where's the SF campus over there? Oh, she sounds glorious. There's the camp. Hey. It's not great scenery, but it's not bad. Okay, I'll give them credit. It's at least something. I'd love to have more Vietnam scenery. I will say she flies beautifully. I love this thing. It's very predictable. It feels very much about the weight it should be. It does not feel too light or too weird. It feels appropriate. The sounds are fantastic. It feels like it's beating into my soul with that Huey whoop 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 sound. Oh, it sounds so good. Now let's get lower than some snake crap, shall we? Do this thing properly here. Yeehaw! A little bit too low here, but don't want to get shot at, do we? By Victor Charles and his friends. Would like to be in a jungle, but a small town will do. We're in a region of more open plains to the south here, rather than it being jungly, which is a shame. But it's jungle ahead of us. We'll get some trees. The rotor trim is very nice and gentle. Those are power lines. Uh-oh. I'll hop over that. There's a river to fly back along. We'll do that. We'll do a landing up here with the trees, and then we'll come back along the river. It is iconically Huey. If you even like helicopters a little bit, this is a good one for you. $30 is $30. It is. This is some Vietnam right here. 5 seconds. Go, go, go. Out they go, and we're out of here. Get out of the way of the gunfire, and we're out. Go back around and let the guys in the doors have a bit of a go. We'll go do a pickup on those boys. Imaginary boys down there, of course. Oh boy, does she fly. This thing is lovely. I love it, I love it, I love it. Give me more. Alright, both side doors go rat-a-tat. That's what we need. Okay, back onto the same LZ. In here quick. Not pretty, quick. Watch my tail. Okay, we're down. Okay, we are out. Woo! I'm not very proficient yet, but I'm doing okay. And yes, again, for those who keep questioning why I fly with a yoke, because I can. And because I'd rather not have to go plug into the controls. I don't have the space to keep swapping stuff out on my desk. I use it for other things too. And I just like my things programmed that I have to my alpha yoke. And honestly, it doesn't feel that different with one hand. And I always fly with one hand anyway. Feels fine to me. As you can tell, I'm having no difficulties flying it. She is a beauty. Love this thing. Now where's our field? Should be up here somewhere. Because that's the dam there, which should be near our airstrip. We're not too far away. I don't think. I know I've seen this area on the map. I'm not sure where the strip is, but it's around here somewhere. I don't think it's that way. I think it's over here. We'll have to go be a little cheatsy here and get this turned on. Yep, over there. Oh, right ahead of us. I was right where it was. Go visit our boys at the base. Now we've pulled their troops out. This thing is fantastic. I love it. $30 very well spent. I will be flying more of this old girl. Oh, the sounds are delightful. Probably the area we'll be landing in is somewhere over here where there's more space. We'll do that. Alright, just turn around. So we've got a good landing area. There we go. Now let's go play the civilian one, shall we? So here is the civilian version of the Huey, and as you can tell, we've got the tank fitted on it right now. You can do pickups and drops with the logo lights and other keys. They're in the manual for how to use these. Let's go inside and take a look at the differences. So we have a water gauge there for this particular version. The rear has similar civilian seating, obviously empty currently. Our tablet though is a little different, as you'll see here. So wire cutters, mirrors, flare camera, which is under the nose. Under there. Take that off for now. So bucket and wash tank. We'll put the bamboo bucket on for now because I want to use that and show it to you. We could also do baskets, which I think is on the side there, for storage of gear and or equipment. We can still put the surfboards on. Always important. The winch, particle separators. Of course, we can open the engine base. I didn't do this on any of the previous tests to show you, but we can actually open those up, which is neat to be able to do. So the hoses, for those you can also set those to keybind. And over here, damage, of course, medical cabin, which for the civilian version is much more detailed. So we have not just this structure we have in the military one, but we also have the framing here for monitors and other equipment that we'd have in a more modern aircraft. For like a civilian life flight style aircraft, so we've got a monitor, some medical equipment, some storage lockers as well. Very useful. Let's bring this back into the front here. There we go. Modern avionics is just a G3X, which is the newer one, of course, but I don't see the point. I'd far rather use this. Okay, so let's go play with the bucket, shall we? So I will take us up. There we go. Now I need to be at 20 feet to deploy the bucket, which is down there. So let's go find some water, shall we? Now there's a canal that runs around the edge of the airport here. And I believe I could drop using my toggle taxi lights key, which I will do as soon as we get to this stuff. So I'm not going to fly too fast because I have the bucket on. Maintaining lower speeds when you're running a bucket is kind of useful because you've got a sling glow, don't forget. Might be light right now, but it's not super duper light. There's the canal. Alright, let's bring her down over here. Otherwise, in terms of flight mechanics, it's absolutely the same as the military version. And by that I mean to say fantastic. It really is. It's a Huey. It is a greatly made Huey. I love this thing. I've flown it a few times since recording the military part of this video. I'm recording these 2 days apart, weirdly enough. Don't worry about it. But I absolutely adore it. Let's try and hold it steady. Oh, no, don't swim. Oh, God. Oh, we're full. Okay. Okay, now, in theory, if I keep this thing steady whilst we fly, I should be able to go. That's not toggled it. Did I unbind those? Let's try and reach... There we go. So we can actually drop the water we've collected, which is cool, is it not? Let's be practical here and get rid of the bucket. And I'll show you what I've learned. Okay, bucket is gone. Let's have some fun with a Huey. Because once you get used to this thing, she is a monster in terms of how she flies. It's very reliable and very potent. And she will do exactly what you ask for. And a little bit more. In fact, let's skill this thing up, shall we? Sport mode engaged. Sport mode is engaged. Both my visibility and the access for angry people with no sticks at the back to provide unhealth care to people who need it. What does this mean? In reality, it means I can start to get down with the weeds. them get a little bit angry. Okay, those are telegraph wires. Let's not get too close to those. Okay, they're everywhere. We don't want to mess with telegraph wires. Let's stay away from those ones. It is very responsive. It flies incredibly well when it comes to your control inputs. And it does have a good bit of weight to it, unlike some helicopters in the sim. It really feels like you're actually carrying around a lot of heavy helicopter underneath your rotors. It generally feels like you're centered underneath them, rather than being kind of top heavy like some of them have felt. Like the Mi-17 feels very top heavy. This feels like you're slinging a heft of a Huey body under here. Oh boy, does she answer the call when you tell her to do something. Would this old girl hold apart doing some of this stuff? No. No, she wouldn't, but I do have damage simulation on, and so far she's holding together. Right, speaking of getting a little nasty, let's drop some angry people off, shall we? Well, I would have touched down there. I didn't because it's not solid, but, you know, we'll set them up a little bit higher instead, make it easier for them. Everyone off this side of the aircraft, please. Off you get, boys. Okay, everyone's out. Let's get out of here. We'll set it down over here and call it a day. I love this. It's a fantastically made helicopter. It flies incredibly well. It looks fantastic. The price is reasonable. And oh boy, is it a fun aircraft. I am looking forward to seeing what Blackbird do for us. Because it's going to have to do a great deal to beat this one. Because Taog has made a fantastic aircraft. Of an iconic type. I love it. I think everybody else will love it who flies it. And I think we're down for a really, really good battle, because if the Blackbird one is good, we'll end up with two phenomenal Hueys. And that's already going to tell us a lot, is it not? Two Hueys. Two monstrous, awesome aircraft. Of incredible pedigree. And don't forget, they've already mentioned a Shrike other aircraft as well, which would have to be Shrike because they haven't got accurate detail of the UH-60. I believe it was mentioned by them. So it's a good time for helicopters, and especially fun ones like this. Look at it, it's pretty as a Huey. And the sounds are phenomenal. Go buy it. Go buy it now. Bye.